Now the project continues with, I would say, the midpoint of the renovation. And here in the front yard, we've done a couple of things. One is we've removed the wall that didn't really go with the style of the house. It was made with a similar stone, but we had that completely removed. And you see a pile of stone there that's left. That's going to line the top of the new wall. So the new wall will be kind of a smooth stucco wall with that same brick on the top. So try and tie it into the vibe of the house. Also, we took out the raised planter that was in there, and you see now the dirt. We'll put some additional plants in there and some more stone to keep the dust down. But the idea was to simplify this. So the house is, kind of rectilinear in nature, and so we're trying to bring it back to kind of what it was to begin with. So already we've replaced the windows, replaced the front door. You can see there's a rectangular window in the front door, rectangular columns holding the front roof up. And then the rectangular kind of parapet wall in the front. So rectangle is the what I'll call the theme of the house. So we have as many rectangles as we can do here. You'll see in the backyard the design of everything is basically rectangles. But here in the front yard, that was what was done. Next, we come to the side yard. And over here, it's pretty simple. We just added a sidewalk that goes from the front driveway area to the back so that we can easily move things from the front yard to the back. Before, it was a pain to try and drag whatever it is that you needed in the backyard over all the stones. And of course, as we get older, less sure-footed, and we wanted to have a way we could walk through the entire yard where this would all be done on a smooth path. So we've added this sidewalk from the side of the driveway all the way back, and it goes through the gate that goes into the kitchen area or barbecue area. Around the other side of the house now we have the walkway that we added to go from the street. So the idea here is that as we have parties or get-togethers or whatever, people can park along on the side street. Since we live on a corner, people can park on the side street and then come in via this walkway through that side gate and into the patio area. So the idea here was to try and have just one path, but because that curvature of the land was too great, they had to put in a step. In retrospect, I kind of wish we had put in 2 steps. I think it would have been a little more pleasing to the eye. But it is what it is, and we will make this work and put in some landscaping rocks and things around it and some lights to highlight that step so nobody kills themselves walking up the walkway at night. But there's also a light on the corner from the street light that kind of lights the side of the house. But we'll be adding more garden lights there. And so that's the purpose here, is just to be able to have easy access from the street into the yard. Now as we move into the backyard, we'll start on the west side where the so-called barbecue or kitchen patio is. So we added this to give us a place where the barbecue, because I've got right now 3 barbecues, which I know seems like overkill, but I'm a nerd, what can I tell you? Anyway, so I have these barbecues, and I wanted to have an area where I could have them away from everyone while we're cooking. So, we have a lot of little kids, and it's hard to keep them away from the action because they want to be, with everyone else. And having the barbecues in that area in the main patio just, makes it a kind of a hard thing to keep them away from getting burned on some of these barbecues. So anyway, we're putting this kitchen or barbecue patio over here. And this one, there was a happy accident that happened. So I had the drawing made, and I showed 13 feet of patio, and the idea was 13 feet from the wall of the house to the edge of the patio. Turned out that the way I had it numbered on the drawing, the guy took it to mean 13 feet from the sidewalk. So now this patio is 16 feet long, which is helpful. Costs a little bit more for the lattice patio cover that's going to be put up above it, but that's okay. I mean, in the global scheme of things, in this case, more is better. So this will be the auxiliary barbecue patio, and I'm looking forward to having this part complete so I can have that stuff set up over there and kind of keep the kids at bay from the heat when we're actually cooking for a party. Next we come to the main patio area, where we've added 5 feet to the width. So the original patio was 10 by 20. Now it's going to be 15 by 20. And the patio cover you see there is going to be removed, and a new solid cover will be put in its place that'll cover the entire patio area. Idea is that we'll have enough area under cover that we can put out the plastic tables that we have, and the whole family can sit out there in one area and at one set of tables and be able to have a nice meal. But then also we'll be able to have the area there. So if we have game night or whatever, we can set up individual tables. It's just going to give us a lot more flexibility than we have. Now, we have had Thanksgiving out there on that patio before, but it was elbow to elbow on the tables and not very comfortable for everyone. So hopefully this will make a big difference. You can see here we have the round dining table that we use as a normal outdoor eating area for us when we're at home ourselves, and then we're going to add some outdoor living room type furniture on the other part of the patio, so that we'll have a nice space where we can go out and enjoy when the weather's nice, go outside and have some nice quiet time outside, and still have the area that we need for family get-togethers. Directly across from the main patio is this patio for the fire pit. So we put this out in the middle of the yard. Originally we had the design where we had the rectangular patio farther down by the two double gates. But then it seemed like it was too close to the street first. Secondly, it doesn't allow people to back in. So just as an idea, when they did the pouring of the concrete, they actually backed the ready mix truck up through the double gates there and used that to get their wheelbarrows and deliver the concrete all over the yard. But anyway, so we're looking at this patio as a place where smokers can go. Likewise, when the weather's nice, sit out and get a few rays, and at night be able to sit out under the stars and enjoy a fire pit, and just have a different perspective on the whole project and the whole yard. But that's the idea. So extra seating area, place for playing games, kind of give you a good view of the grass area, and just to kind of change things up a little bit. Plus the yard is big. It's a 1/4 of an acre yard, and overall, and so when you looked out the backyard, when we just had the gray stones, all you saw was just gray stones, because that's all there was. So with this patio, we're able to kind of break up that monotony, put a little bit of a design element in there, kind of a pinwheel, if you will, for the shape. But again, highlighting the rectangular shape. So that's a 10 by 11 patio, and connected with the rectangular walkways around the quasi-rectangular area of grass. This brings us now to the kind of the star of the show, I guess. That's the area that's going to be that L-shaped area that's going to have the artificial turf in it. We really wanted to break up the monotony of all of this gray. Obviously, cement is gray, the stones are gray, everything's gray. So we're going to have a nice patch of green there. So the narrow part, I think, is 7 feet wide, and the by about 12 feet, and then the bigger rectangular area there is around 11 feet by 16 feet. So it's a good size area of grass. It will give us a nice splash of green that we don't have to water or cut or really do anything to maintain. It's just keep the debris off of it and enjoy the nice green color that'll bring. So yeah, and we've surrounded this area with walkways. So the idea was to be able to walk out into the yard and kind of enjoy that area, but be able to walk all across the yard on concrete paths. So it's a lot of concrete. I think it's almost 700 square feet total of concrete that we added. But it's I think it's going to make it an interesting thing to look at, as well as just a nice area to enjoy. So for playing games and for doing things, out in the yard, just to enjoy that green, which is a rarity for Arizona. And in our neighborhood, we live in the retirement community. In our neighborhood, there's very few lawns that you see. Down the street from us, there's an actual grass yard in the front yard that the person put in, and then across the street from that house is an artificial turf lawn. So we don't want to have anything in the front, but we wanted to be able to have this area in the back to enjoy for having a little bit of green and try and have something that kind of added a little style to the mid-century part of the house. Again, accentuating the rectangle as the primary shape component of the house. So everything with the house is basically rectangles. If you look at the house from above, it's rectangular in shape. If you look at the rooms inside, most all of the rooms are rectangular in shape. So we've kind of accentuated. We changed the doors out that had the French doors you see coming from the laundry room as well as from the living room. We put doors in there that are rectangular. Of course, most doors are rectangles, but the idea here is that there's no individual pieces of small squares of glass. It's all one big sheet of rectangular glass. So again, just trying to accentuate that design element, and I think that when you do that, kind of a Frank Lloyd Wright trick, when you accentuate whatever that element is of the house, it makes everything that's involved in the house be a little bit more pleasing to the eye, as far as having that repeating rhythm of the design. So hopefully that's how it'll turn out. I'm not really sure, but we'll see.